Good morning, and welcome to your AI Daily Press morning podcast for May 19th, 2025. Today, we're bringing you updates on several developing stories from around the world. Firstly, in Eastern Europe, the conflict between Russia and Ukraine has escalated, with Russia launching its largest drone attack on Ukraine, killing at least one woman and causing widespread destruction. Ukrainian officials are skeptical about Russian President Putin's expressed desire for a lasting peace, citing continued aggression and refusal to withdraw from occupied territories. A crucial phone call between Presidents Trump and Putin is set to take place, with the international community urging diplomacy and a peaceful resolution. In other news, the situation in Gaza continues to deteriorate, with Israeli forces initiating a ground assault following intense airstrikes. The humanitarian crisis is worsening, with thousands of civilians caught in the crossfire and essential services severely disrupted. World leaders are calling for an immediate ceasefire and the resumption of negotiations. Lastly, in election news, the Polish presidential election is underway, with centrist candidate Rafał Trzaskowski facing off against incumbent President Andrzej Duda. The outcome will have significant implications for Poland's relationships with the EU and its domestic policies. We'll continue to bring you updates on these developing stories throughout the day. For now, that's all for this morning's podcast. Thank you for tuning in to the AI Daily Press. And that's the way it is. Now for the latest in social and cultural news, here is Barbara Waters.
Thank you, Walter. Today we're covering several developing stories from around the world. Firstly, in Poland, voters have spoken, and incumbent Prime Minister Donald Tusk's ally, Rafał Trzaskowski, will face off against nationalist candidate Paweł Nawrocki in a runoff vote on June 10. This election has significant implications for Poland's role in Europe and its relationship with the EU. In related news, Romanian voters elected centrist candidate Nicu Cerdan as their new president, seen as a boost to pro-EU forces in the region. Meanwhile, in Washington, President Trump is at the center of a controversy surrounding a gift from the Qatari government, a brand new Boeing airplane valued in the hundreds of millions of dollars. Critics are raising concerns over potential conflicts of interest and violations of the Emoluments Clause. We'll continue to bring you updates on these stories as more information becomes available. In the meantime, we invite our listeners to share their thoughts and opinions on social media using the hashtag #AIDailyPress. That's all for now. Thank you for joining us this morning. We'll be back with more news and analysis after this break. Now for the latest in business and finance, here is Louis Riskweiser.
Thank you, Barbara. Firstly, we saw a significant development in the Indian financial landscape, where non-banking financial companies are increasingly turning to overseas markets for funding. This comes as domestic banks delay passing on the benefits of recent rate cuts. Top-rated NBFCs, such as Muthoot Finance and Housing and Urban Development Corporation, have already tapped into the external commercial borrowing market, taking advantage of cheaper funding options. In other news, we discussed the current state of the global economy, with concerns over trade tensions, credit downgrades, and consumer sentiment. Despite these challenges, we emphasize the importance of remaining calm and focused on long-term prospects. The dollar's decline and the rise of gold prices were also highlighted as key trends to watch. Lastly, we touched on the growing trend of Chinese companies listing in Hong Kong, with several high-profile IPOs expected in the coming months. This shift is seen as a significant development in the region's financial landscape, with potential implications for investors and markets alike. That's all for today's summary. We'll be delving deeper into these stories and more throughout the day. So now for the latest in science and technology, here is Carl Starman.
Thank you, Louis. Firstly, Scientists have made a groundbreaking discovery in the field of astrophysics, allowing us to better understand the mysteries of the universe. By processing data in space using orbital data centers, we can reduce latency and increase efficiency in our space-based operations. This technology has significant implications for our understanding of cosmic phenomena and can help us collect and analyze vast amounts of data on events like gamma-ray bursts and black holes. Secondly, China's launch of the first satellites in its Star Compute program marks a significant milestone in the history of space exploration and artificial intelligence. This network of thousands of satellites working together will enable us to process data in space, reducing the latency and increasing the efficiency of our space-based operations. As Jonathan McDowell, a space historian and astronomer at Harvard University, noted, this technology can also help reduce our carbon footprint by using solar power and radiating heat to space. Lastly, companies like Kratos Defense and Security Solutions are leading the charge in technological innovation, with a unique blend of expertise in drones, hypersonics, and microelectronics. With strong revenue growth and a strategic positioning that justifies its premium valuation, Kratos is an attractive opportunity for investors looking to capitalize on the growth potential of the aerospace and defense industry. As we explore these stories, we're reminded of the vast expanse of possibilities that await us in space, and the critical role that technology will play in shaping our collective future. Whether it's expanding our understanding of the universe or driving growth in emerging industries, innovation is at the heart of human progress. That's all for today's morning podcast. Thank you for joining me on this journey through the latest developments in space exploration, artificial intelligence, and technological innovation. Until next time, keep exploring, keep discovering, and keep looking up. Now for the latest in sports, here's Howard Closewell.
Thank you, Carl. Firstly, a tragic incident has occurred with the closure of the Brooklyn Bridge due to an accident, causing substantial disruptions to New York City's transportation system. Commuters are advised to plan alternative routes and allow for extra time to reach their destinations. In sports news, Scottie Scheffler has emerged victorious at the 108th PGA Championship, claiming his third major title and solidifying his position as one of golf's top players. This win marks a significant milestone in Scheffler's career, cementing his status as a major force in the golf world. Lastly, we're following a developing story in college basketball, where former Arkansas guard Boogie Fland is reportedly set to visit the University of Florida. As a highly touted transfer, Fland's decision could have significant implications for the upcoming season. We'll continue to provide updates and analysis on this story as it unfolds. That's all for now. Thank you for joining us on the AI Daily Press Morning Podcast. Now for the latest in travel and human interest, here is Charles Curel.
Thank you, Howard. Firstly, we reported on Austria's win at the Eurovision Song Contest, where talented artist JJ took home the top prize with his song Halo. This victory marked a significant milestone for Austrian music and culture. Next, we traveled to Turkey to explore the origins of menemen, a delicious one-pan dish that has become a staple of Turkish cuisine. We discovered how this hearty breakfast food brings people together and recommends some authentic Turkish restaurants in Australia, where you can try it. Lastly, we visited Malvern East's newest culinary addition, Bread Cetera, a smart sandwich shop and grocery store that's filling a gap in the community. Co-owner Frank Iorciari shared his vision for the shop as a go-to destination for locals. And we highlighted two more grab-and-go lunch spots making waves in the culinary scene: Crop and Fodi and Friends. These stories showcase the power of food, music, and community to bring people together. Tune in to our full episodes for more in-depth coverage, and join us again soon as we explore more exciting stories from around the world. That's all for now. Thank you for listening to the AI Daily Press Morning Podcast. Now, for the latest in fashion and entertainment, here is Joan Streams.
Thank you, Charles. I've got the scoop on the latest entertainment news, and trust me, it's going to be fabulous. First up, we've got the inside story on Mariska Hargitay's new documentary, My Mom and Jane, which premieres on Max on June 16. This intimate film is a must-see for anyone who loves old Hollywood glamour and a good story about a mother-daughter relationship. Next, we're talking music with Lisa's new hit single, Priceless, which is taking the charts by storm. Teaming up with Maroon 5 was a genius move, and this catchy tune is all about embracing your individuality and finding your own value. I mean, can we talk about how exciting it is to see talented artists like Lisa breaking barriers and pushing boundaries in the music industry? And finally, for all you horror fans out there, don't miss the premiere of Mariska Hargitay's documentary on Max. But if you're looking for something a little more thrilling, I've also got the scoop on the upcoming release of My Mom and Jane. Is not the only thing we're talking about today. We're also talking about the new horror movie that everyone is buzzing about. Just kidding. Our last story is actually about the new documentary on Jane Mansfield's life, which is a fascinating look at old Hollywood and the women who defined it. That's all for now, folks. Stay fabulous, keep on dancing, and tune in next time for more updates on the entertainment world. Face it, darling, we've got the inside scoop and you won't want to miss it. Now, for the latest in nature and environment, here is David at Nature.
Thank you, Joan. Good morning, and welcome to the AI Daily Press Morning Podcast. Here's a brief summary of our top, and that completes our morning podcast for today. Thank you for listening. Until this evening, I'm David Attenacher for AI Daily Press, the world's most unbiased news source.